guys and girls, welcome back to Watch the Time. Thank you for tuning back in. I'm really pleased to be able to finally bring you a Citizen watch that I think I'm going to keep. I never actually thought I would ever utter those words, I've got to be honest. And this isn't me having a dig at Citizen at all, actually. It's just that I've had a few watches. I've featured a couple on the channel. I've had quite a few before I even started the channel, and none of them really stuck with me. They've always been watches that I was a bit like, a bit about. Do you know what I mean? You've probably all had that with watches, but this watch was one that was on my basket in Amazon for about 3 years. So I wouldn't say it was an impulse buy, really. It was something that took me a while to pull the trigger. I've gone for the blue dial. They do a black. They also do full lume, which looks really, really nice. But that one is a bit like hen's teeth. You can't really find it, to be honest. But the blue one was one that I kept coming back to. And I've got to say, I've had it on for a little while now. And yeah, I can't say too much prior to you watching the whole video. But yeah, it's not too bad. So I won't say too much now, but I'll just shut up because you'll get to know what I mean as we go through the video. Thank you for tuning back in. I do appreciate all your love and support, but let's get the camera turned around and get on with it. Alright guys, so this is the watch. Pretty primitive outer card. It comes in, got the box inside. You've probably seen this many times. The model number's in the top left, but we'll run through that as we go through. I was really hoping for it to have the actual Citizen Promaster packaging, sort of, yeah, but it didn't. But there you go, guaranteed instructions inside, just model number again, plus also it's running the Miyota caliber 8204 inside, some silica gels to stop it getting too moist inside. Put that bit out of eye shot also, and then you're left with the box it comes in. So to open that up, it comes on a little bit of card. Inside it's sort of nice, sort of soft velvety sort of material inside, and then just take it off there and put that to the out of eye shot as well. We don't want to see any of this really, do we? So let me just put that there, and then what we're left with, just give it a quick wipey. It has been cleaned prior to recording. Since wearing it, is this one, as I say, the NY0040-17LE. This is the blue variant. I'll bring the other two most popular ones up now, the black and fully loomed white dial. Look very nice. It was between this and the fully loomed white dial, but the blue got the nod, and yeah, pretty happy with my decision, to be honest. Inside, as I said a moment ago, it is running an automatic Seiko 8204 movement, 21,600 beats per hour, 21 joules. You'll see all the information up right now. This is just a picture of the movement. I did toy with the idea of doing the case, opening the case back, but I didn't want to compromise the water resistance. I'm not going to be doing any diving at this point, but I didn't think it was worth taking the risk, because also when you undo the case back and screw it back up, the rubber gaskets do get compromised. So this is just a picture, guys, but that's all the information. 8204 movement, excuse me. This one's been running about a second fast a day, which is absolutely phenomenal. So yeah, doing the business at this point. But that's the movement. The construction, aside from the strap, so you've got the pin buckle clasp signed with the Promaster logo on there, case, crown guards, bezel aside from the insert, case back, all 316L stainless steel, mixture of polishing, polished at the bottom, brushed sort of at the top of the lugs and the bezel as well, and obviously the pin buckle clasp is also brushed as well for a bit of continuity with that. The case thickness of the watch is 12.6 millimeters, and then when you measure from the 9 to the 3, the diameter comes in at 41.7, and when you go from this position to over here, sort of in and around from the 2 to the 8 o'clock position, it's coming at 45.2 millimeters, because that is quite a substantial crown. The lug width on this is 20, and the lug to lug, tip to tip, is 47.4 millimeters. So I think that is actually a really good proportions there, to be honest. 41, a shade under 42 mil in terms of the diameter, Nice lug to lug, nice strap width, lug width as well, so that's all good. The case back, you would have just seen. Let me give it another wipe. It is a fingerprint magnet, unfortunately, because it is all high polished. And on there, you'll see it just giving you bits of information of the watch, the stuff that I'm just about to go through now. So that's the case back. Crown is situated at the 8 o'clock position, and it is a screw down crown. And the bezel is a 60 click bezel. I'll let you have a listen. No bounce, no back play, solid as a rock. 60 click bezel, lines up bang on as well. So yeah, doing some really good stuff at this point. The strap it comes on is a rubber. Not my favourite strap, I'll be honest. It's a bit tough. So if any of you guys know of any good places that do aftermarket straps for the NY series of the Promaster automatic watches, please give me a shout. But yeah, it's just the strap it comes on. As I mentioned already, pin buckle clasp signed with the Promaster logo on there also. The crystal covering the dial is a mineral crystal. You're not getting sapphire crystal on this, but many people kind of prefer mineral crystal given the fact it scratches but it doesn't shatter, and sapphire crystal is kind of the opposite. So yeah, mineral crystal. And the water resistance you will be able to make out down at the 6 o'clock position. It says water resist 200 meters, and that will be certified with these watches, given that's what Citizen are sort of known for. They're known for coming in at sort of like very affordable certified divers, and don't look too shabby either. And the weight will appear in the top right. It's just above 96 grams. If you was to put on a stainless steel strap, which is probably what I'd like to do in the future, it's going to be well into the probably 160s, 170s. So a good bit of heft. Makes you feel like you're wearing something quite substantial on the wrist. But yeah, so yeah, let's have a look at the dial now, guys, in a bit more detail. So what you've got a Rehout chapter ring on the outer side with a minute track on there. Inside you've got applied buttons everywhere. They look like they're sort of sandwiched into the dial, but they do look applied maybe from underneath. Hands all high polished, as are the parts of the outer part of the indices, and it is all lume filled. Guys, I kid you not, the lume on this watch is sensational, absolutely sensational. Probably my best lumed watch, up there with my Zelos, most definitely. Fantastic lume on this, really surprised me. I wasn't expecting it to be as good as that. Nice blue sunburst dial. I do like the sort of red accents you get from the Promaster sort of tick from underneath where it says Citizen automatic, and then you've got divers water resist 200M obviously in red, and below the indices at the 6 you have got information about the 8204 movement. Day complication at the 3 o'clock, which is why obviously it's slightly smaller. You've got circular battens everywhere, but slightly different ones at the 12. You've got a small batten at the 3 making way for the date, and then you've got the 6 and 9. I do like the fact they've gone for a colour matched date wheel, where they've gone with a black with white writing and not the other way around. I think it helps with the fact that you've got that on the dial as well, so that was a nice addition. The crown, as I say, is situated at the 8 o'clock, a little bit different. If you take it out to the first position, you can scroll through the date, so just scroll through there, and if you scroll the other way, it'll go to the day. Take it out, look at that. Who says Miyota 8000 series? Don't hack. That is a lovely addition. Put it back in. If you turn it towards you can hand wind it to charge it, and then just screw it back up. No problems whatsoever. And if I can do this on my left hand, it's going to be no issue for everyone else. So yeah, that's the movement, guys. That's the dial. That's the lume. Yeah, nice aluminium bezel on there. Yeah, that's everything you're going to see there. Let me just pop it on the wrist quickly. Give you an idea of what it looks like on my wrist, and here is what it looks like on me. Really nice size. You've got 3 more pinholes going smaller and quite a few more going bigger, so this is going to fit wrist sizes all the way down sort of 6, maybe even 5.5, all the way up to 9. So lots of scope for all the sort of wrist size it will fit, and I think that is a beautiful watch. This has not let me down. Well, very much worth the wait. But let me just give it another quick wipe, and then that will take me on to what I think is pants and pucker about the watch. If you ever watched before, you know I always start with pants. I like to go on a high with Pukka. So what I think is pants, not a whole lot to be honest. I do really, really like this watch. It massively surprised me. I thought it'd be nice, but this has surpassed all my expectations. So the strap, yeah, I'm not a big fan of this strap. Doesn't really feel very nice. Feels quite cheap if I'm being brutally honest. And the polished case back, and it's nice to see they put some other stuff on there so it's not sterile and being high polished. But I'd rather it not be high polished just because you're going to see every little mark on there, every fingerprint so easily. So yeah, that would be the only two things, guys, to be honest. I'll go with the strap and polished case back. In terms of what I think is Pukka, is I'll go with the dial. No surprises, that blue sunburst dial is really, really nice. The lume on this, as I say, is ridiculous. So good. As I say, one of my best lume watches at this point. The colour matched date they've done, black with white, I think is much better than going with white and black given the aesthetic. They've done well with that. The bezel, 60 click bezel, not my favourite, up for 120, but the fact it's rock solid, no bounce, no backplay, lines up perfectly, is fantastic. The size, I think it's really, really good. I think the size, for some reason I always thought it was slightly bigger, but the size 41mm is a good size. The movement, not my favourite series of movements, the 8000, but hacking and hand winding, what more do you want? And then, like I said, also it's keeping great time, 1 second faster a day. And just the general look, I think this watch has absolutely nailed it. Yeah, the look is fantastic. So just to surmise what I think is Pukka, is I'll go with the dial, I'll go with the lume, the colour match date, bezel, size, movement, and general look. So what I think is Pukka. And would I recommend this watch? Of course. I wanted to do a little suspenseful pause, but yeah, definitely recommend this watch. This watch is an absolute belter, absolute banger, staying in my collection, no two ways about it. So guys, please, if you want to pick one of these up, head over Amazon or type in the model number and see where you can get the best price. If you're getting it for £200 and below, I think you've got a smashing watch. But guys and girls, please let me know what you think about this watch, and maybe any other watches you may want to see on the channel. And as always say, don't forget to like, subscribe, and always watch the time. Take care, guys. All the very best.